Hey everyone, I'm back with one of my fan acquisitions I got yesterday. I have a few things to test, so I'll be testing these next few days. But I'm going to test this one tonight. This one's actually an interesting fan. I got these all at, and this one too that I'm testing at a Habitat Restore, and I visited Dan Spiffy Newman out in Madison, where he was at the restore that he volunteers at, so I was able to get some fans out of his pile that he would go through. They gave me a deal on these fans, and there was also another fan collector named Matt Cody that was out visiting as well, so the three of us met up at the restore, and he picked some things out for himself. I got some things, so, and you'll be seeing what I got. But this one here, one of them ones that I was interested in, I didn't take any Panamas and Delta 2s. It's like they're too common, so I picked this one out. This is a Craftmade Cameo. Now, one thing about this fan, now, a lot of fan collectors go ick to Craftmade, and I mean, for the most part, I do too, because whenever we think of Craftmade, we think of the builder fan, the cheap builder fans. But this is one of their higher grade models, the Cameo. This is a mid-90s, and I remember this in the catalog. It was from like a fan and lighting company that sold Craftmades, their higher models. And this is one of the models from the mid-90s that I remember as a kid. And one of the things you notice, the light kit is like one of them typical, what we like to call boob lights. There it is. It looks like one of them, bedroom light fixtures or hallway when you don't want to have a fan in it. And it's drawing. There's 3 bulbs, 360 watt bulbs, so it's drawing 1.45 amps, 160 watts, and of course a power factor of 1. And now one thing you'll notice, I have the remote. This is actually another thing, a Craftmade remote here. This is actually what I remember as a kid looking at was what's called their total control systems for any fans that did not have a pull chains at all. They'd have what's called the total control system, and it was either optioned as something you install as a wall control or a handheld remote. And this has a built-in remote system to it. So here's the control, but the receivers in the upper part of the motor. Now, one thing I must tell you, this has got a beefy spinner motor in it, so it's got a really heavy motor. This ain't like your cheap spinner motor that most Craftmades have, so that's full brightness. Now, if you hold the light button, not getting it. Okay. You gotta really push on these remotes. The buttons or the internal relays are a little worn. So you hold the light button down and to dim and brighten it. So now I'm gonna do low. This is a 3-speed remote. And it is drawing, it's got a good low to it. It's drawing 0.28 amps. Typical low speed, what I expected to have. So it's a decent low. It's not really fast. Okay, well, never mind. It is a little fast for low, in my opinion. So let's see the watts. 18 watts. Half the power factor, just over half. And that's low. And here's medium. Okay, so a little faster. Getting a good amount of air from it, to be honest with you. Already feeling a strong breeze out of this fan. Should measure it when I turn it off. And here is high. Oh, what was medium? I didn't know what medium was. Power factor wise, 42 watts. And power factor of 0.83, so a little over 3/4. Here's high. 0.52 amps, 60 watts, and a power factor of 1. Alright, so I'm going to do an airflow test with this. I feel something. It's still in your residential spinner category. I mean, I'm feeling a breeze, but this is no K55, so it's still gentle. It's a breeze, but these are definitely a little more decorative in the mid-90s. All right, time for spin down. There we go. There's going to be spin down. And also why this is called a total control system is because there's reverse on there. You hit a button to reverse the fan. But I'll do that when it's done spinning down. Yeah, so they called this the TCS, but yeah, when I was a kid, I looked at these, and actually the model that I thought was kind of cool looking was the Quest, which kind of resembles a Casablanca Stealth. Kind of does. And that also, because it would be a no pull chain fan, it would also have what's called the total control system. There again, the option of either wall control. They made the same thing. They'd put it's one of them electronic controls that's got the same kind of buttons, kind of like an IntelliTouch. And then there's also the option to have it remote, which they put a built-in receiver to this fan. This one's got a long spin down. Wow. Wow, this is such a heavy motor. So yeah, it's gonna have a long spin down. Wow. Good bearings, that's good. A lot of Gold Line has a long spin down, a lot of them do. But this ain't a bad fan. This is definitely more than, it looks nicer, it's beefier, but still you get typical residential spinner type air movement off of it. It's gotta be done spinning down. Well, I want to measure that real quick and see what size this really is, because something tells me I think this is a 60 inch. Oh, 56 inch. Yeah, oh my god, this is 60 inches, so yeah, that's actually, it's 60 inches. That's a big fan, you know, that's pretty big. Okay, so if I hit low, okay, low reverse. Okay. Low medium. And then high reverse. Same current draw. So I could actually I just hit reverse again. So you can reverse it while it's running. So I turned it off on the test rig because what I'm going to do is since I left it set to high, I'm going to try the decade box, see what it does. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I cannot. Nope. Doesn't work with the decade box. Just because if I turn off the high switch, it just does not do anything. So I cannot use wall control at all. So there you have it. That is actually all I have for them, this Craftmade Cameo. Since I can't do anything else with this built-in remote system, I thought I could maybe. But I can, what you can do is have it hooked up to a light switch if you have a remote system. But actually, you know what I can do, because the remote is set to high, but it won't let me do the decade box. It just won't run at all. Doesn't send any current. But I can hit the high switch and do a 0 to high. Maybe not. Yeah, it resets everything to off if you turn off the wall switch. So even if I have the light on, can't get this. See, it resets everything to being off. So I'm going to do 0 to high with the remote. Really no inrush there. So that is actually all I have for this Craftmade Cameo. And I'll be back with more fans because I got more to test. So stay tuned, subscribe, and thanks for watching.